So right now I'm going to talk about the making of patrolling part 3. So basically patrolling part 3 is not really the third patrolling, it's actually the fourth patrolling. There's patrolling 1, patrolling 2, patrolling 2.5, and patrolling 3. Um, Patrolling is, a series done by my brother and myself. We created this, um, or started creating this back in, I think, 2013. And it was based on just a concept. We were just working to try to do, you know, like a space anime. We watch a lot of anime like, Gundam, Macross, and also Tekken and Blade. And I'm just gonna do a quick breakdown of what we did to, well, what I did to make it. My brother worked on the music. I worked on pretty much the animation of the series. So let me just get into it right away. So let's start off with the first sequence, which was changed a lot dramatically. There's a lot of different little things that are done in it. Say for example, this layer right here um, actually has a lot going on in there. Um, so let's turn it on so you can see. I have the main character, one of the foregrounds, and then the background ships. On the foreground, there are actually several different pieces. I'll go into just one of them. Actually, go into the main. If you look on one of these, just anything right here, you'll notice that there are several different things going on that particular, I would say object. When that object itself is what I'm bringing in multiple times as the debris, and I call it debris. And if you look right there, I'm just animating each object. And the same applies to what's going on in the background there. I'll even go into the character and show you. It's not, it's just a little tricks here and there, nothing too crazy. The main character itself, his thrust. If you watch, animated the thrust a little bit, just not too much. And then, of course, the blow off of the thrust. You just have to give it, a lot of tricks of the camera. Going into the next segment, I'll turn that back on so you can see. So now we have the background. Run it down, and of course, I had to throw in closed caption available because on YouTube I do have closed caption, which was actually just a segment. So again, the same thing applies again to the character. Oh, actually, let me go into this character here so you can see different things on him right here, on his eye patch. For this particular eye patch, it's just a mask layer, and of course I just had there. And if you go back in here though and turn these off, you can see the older things. I most times keep the older ones in there just so I can reference and see what changes I did. Okay, nothing much happened on that scene, just movement. And if you notice, let's see, I'll play that down a bit. Oh, this was a little bit different too. That was one of the difference I did to that. I break down the drawings. And the same applies again to here. If you watch it very slowly. You see this slight parallax, nothing too crazy, just very, very light, very subtle movement in each of the characters. So there we go. And right here, if you look on their lips, you have pretty much all the different lip motions. Same thing applies to the other character back here too. Not much, because she doesn't really say much anyway. The ship warping in. More debris. Just, you know, there's some things I wanted to go back and touch upon, but I didn't feel like going back into that. More debris again. Let's see here. A lot more debris, and the same thing applies to these debris. Debris from, like, this is the same debris that I use, which I showcased earlier. These multiple times. There we go. Characters talking. I'm muting the dialogue from the video so you can actually hear me clearly, because if I have it running, you know, you probably won't hear me. So, breaking down just more parts of the scenes. And again, foreground, background. Nothing too crazy. Just subtle movement, subtle panning. And with this character, the main villain, actually doesn't have a name. If you look at how this actually occurs, so I'll actually show it so you see. So trick is boom. There we go. I'll go into him right now so you can see what it looks like in its many facets. That was one of his original sketches way back. And of course I refined them each time until I came to a design that I actually liked. I added the wings. The wings were actually one of the last things I did. So I was like, I wanted to create a different, unique kind of a wing for this character. But I wasn't sure how I would actually handle that. And actually, I should even go over one of the other things I did. Like if you look on this side, on the different characters, I'll slowly go through them so you can see these are the different things, poses, the different character. The captain, you know, broken down to certain segments. What's missing here? That's the blast. Yeah, I tried a lot of different things. You know, I tried things that I thought that would work. The color keys for the characters, for the captain, and for Cairo. And these are all his different keys. Bring it out even more so you can see it a little bit better. All the different keys, different little things. Oh, and I even created this elite team at one point, which were scrapped. One of the 3D models I attempted to create for it, but I didn't like it. It just didn't come out right. More little things. And that's as far as I'll go with effects and different stuff, but I'm not going to go into those at this point in time. Backgrounds, 3D imports, and things that I did. So going in a little bit more, even with the character again. So for almost all the little parts, I try to do, little keyframes. Very subtle keyframes. Subtle in-betweens. Let this play down a little bit more. And again, there was going to be a lot more action, but just time constraints and, different things that had to be handled. So there we go with this blast. He quickly blocks it, puts up a barrier. There we go, more stuff. More debris. The captain gets upset because of a comment that he made. Again, if you want to know more, just watch that. Watch the series. And here we go. A little fight. I'll go into this one because this is a little different than what it appears to be. So if you go back, if you see all these little breakdowns, yeah, there's a lot of crap went into this. This was no easy peasy thing. A lot went into it. Hopefully I got it right. And the same thing for this guy. A lot of different little things here and there. I think, you just have to understand how to utilize the tool. Oh, and I totally forgot one thing, going over these little bottom areas. I'll go over that in a second. So of course, going in for that, going in for the kill. I'm surprised I didn't make this a keyframe. I totally didn't even realize I didn't make those. Oh, that's for that. So I knew I made the guy a keyframe. Okay, so boom. Interesting. Okay. Knowing when and how. More keyframe. Coming in. And here, this is... Alright, so I'll go in for this one so you can see. So go in, boom, turns. Prepares for the kill. So I'll go into the lower frames. Actually, one layer at a time, actually. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay. See, he turns around, prepares to blast the captain. Fires and then shoots off. And there you go. And that's pretty much the quick breakdown of patrolling. 3 actually. But there's just one other caveat. There are other little scenes that I did start working on, but I just turned them off or pretty much hid them. Things I was doing, anytime I came up with a little idea, I would, I just never wanted to delete them. I just kind of hid them from the viewers' sites. Anything else that I had in mind, any of the scenes that I was working on, ideas, key markers, whichever you want to call them. Had several different things that I had in mind. Because I changed several times along the way. You know, try to make it work. Try to give it the setting, timing, and everything. And I'm not going to go into every one of them. There are a few I'm just probably going to skip, but just to give you an idea of the level of work that went into it. If it's accepted or not, that's fine. You know, I loved working on it. I think it came out okay. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.